Like I had actually, I was getting off of work one time. This bring me to, I was working at McDonald's, right? I'm sitting here, I'm walking home from work, and I was passing by this girl's house who we used to go over to her house and hang out over at her house most of the time, all of us as a group. And I'm going over, knocking on her door to see if she was home, because from where I had worked to where I needed to go back home, it was kind of a long walk, and she was in the middle of where I was, or she was on the way of where I needed to walk. So I just passed by her house to go knock on her door to see if she can give me a ride the rest of the way home. But she wasn't there. Or, yeah, she wasn't there, but apparently her younger sister, who I hadn't ever met, was there. And so I'm knocking on the door, and I'm just thinking that she was there. But since she wasn't there, I ended up just walking back home just without the ride. Not too long after me walking back home, police car rolls up, pulls out a gun and starts saying, "Get the fuck on the ground, nigger." And I'm all just like, what the fuck is going on? This is a real life fucking situation that I'm dealing with in my uniform from work, just walking home from work, young kid, just hanging out. And they end up picking me up off the ground and slamming me all on the hoods and stuff like that. And this is just the way I live in a racist white town. These are type of things that I had to deal with. He over here trying to tell me that they got a call that I was trying to break into somebody's house, and that was a lie. It was simply I'm a black kid in a white neighborhood, and they looking for any reason to harass somebody, because this is a very low-end suburb, where in the entire suburb, I would say we had the Lane Bryant situation, where a guy had went into Lane Bryant and had killed the people in Lane Bryant. That was our one like big town situation that happened over all the years that happened. And that was fucking weird, because it was just like, of course, that one situation was just more cause of reason for them to be even more fucking racist. Because, yeah, the guy that ended up going in there, he was a black guy for whatever fucking reason. And, yeah, that was just some of the fucking shit that I had to deal with in my life. Man, there's so many love-hate relationships that I've had just living in a suburban town, man. Because I feel like there are good people here, and you get to understand that the closer that you get to living around them and understanding who they are. Like, I sat at dinner tables with some of the most racist white people you can ever dream to imagine. Like, I've sat at tables where they were just like, okay, I like you, but I can't freaking hang out or do anything with you or bring you around certain family members and stuff like that, because they're super duper racist. And they acknowledged the fact that they were racist. They were telling me themselves that some of the times I wasn't even invited to the parties was because I was black. Like, they had to talk people into letting me go to some of these parties and stuff like that. And that was some wild stuff that I had to deal with. Like, I had some people where it turned out they weren't so good of friends at all. Like, I was sitting in one of the cars with one of my buddies. We used to call it hotboxing, right? You go around, you just smoking and shit like that, listening to music and stuff, which some of the songs that I've had on my playlist came from some of those hotbox sessions where you're just hanging out and driving around the town, just enjoying life. And this was a guy down on his luck, because he had his own life issues, where I'm not even about to bring up the stuff that he had going on, because it was like some real fucked up shit where somebody had lost their life and it really messed with his head and stuff like that. But yeah, just being around somebody who could understand that type of situation, that's how I ended up like in the profession that I'm in right now, just being able to understand people who come from some of the worst situations in their life. So I guess you can say like that love-hate relationship where like there's some good people, some bad people, and you just got to get to know people for who they are. Like, you get it from all walks of life. And sometimes you just get to some scenarios where some people are just down on their luck and they can understand breaking outside of that systemic mindset and see just how destructive it can be. Because I could say that it was because of that guy that a lot of things I was able to learn on a different level. right? And he had ended up hating me at first, right? Because he was dating this other chick, right? And I hated fucking being in this damn town because I have been through way too many motherfucking Jerry Springer type ass situations where I had these two sisters call me up because I had hooked up with both of them, and they knew I had hooked up with both of them. And they were asking me and shit like that. They were like, "Which one of us do you like?" And me, coming from like the urban side of the town, whenever I would go back to work at my grandparents' barbershop, I would know like through that situation, we were watching daytime TV and stuff like that, and having like community talks and things like that within the community and stuff like that. So I learned from all walks of life and things like that. And even in our daytime TV, where we would sometimes see like Jerry Springer, which those are the people who don't know what Jerry Springer is. It's what today's version of Maury is, but I would say not so specific toward who baby fathers are and what the results. It was a bit more expanded and diverse of situations that were happening. And I had been through quite a few Jerry Springer situations in my entire fucking life. Not even just in this town, just in my entire life. But it all started like I had a couple Jerry Springer situations, and I had seen that stuff on TV and had told myself, I do not want to be a part of any of that Jerry Springer type situations. But sometimes life is just inevitable. And like I said, sometimes you really just don't know who you vibe with sometimes. And that was just some of the stuff that I had gone through in my life and stuff, you know, like that. So when I get people on like the online stuff, when they trying to like do they shadow talking and like trying to diss somebody and make somebody have low self-esteem and feel all shitty and shit about their life, all they doing is telling me about themselves, because I've been through a lot of these situations where I've never had to worry about if somebody hated me or if I fit in and stuff like that. I grew up going to school at an all-white fucking school, so I automatically was not fitting in, and I automatically had to, if I was gonna get anybody to like me, had to be a likable person. I couldn't just be there because automatically I had to deal with people having negative stereotypes and shit like that, and you get it everywhere. Like I had to understand who these people were, how they were, and things like that. And that's just what it was. Like I was actually able to learn. So it was like another thing. Whenever like relationships were happening, being the black guy, a lot of my options when it came to like growing up and dating and stuff like that were always the worst of the worst type of options, simply for the sake that they were like, oh, you're black, you got to have a bad option. But I'm the guy getting freaking perfect scores on my SAT. It's so bad that even the teachers are in on the bullshit, where they don't even want me to freaking take the college exams. Like I'm sitting here, I'm so bored taking my college exams, right? And I'm just sitting here, I finished a portion of the test, and I just start doodling into the bubbles and stuff. I had drew out the word ludicrous, right? Because Ludacris was a big rap artist at the time. And I was just like, yeah, that's one of my favorite artists and stuff like that. So I just doodled Ludacris in the bubbles. I was going to fucking erase the shit and finished the whole rest of the test, but I had finished with so much time. I was just bored just doodling. But as I'm doodling in the freaking test, they trying to come over there and act like I was cheating. But when I was able to explain myself, I said, how is it cheating for me to bubble letters and you can read it? Like a whole line is, all of them are filled in to just to make the L. Like, it don't make no sense how I would ruin my thing like that. It's like, are you all even like comprehensible to even take this test if you can't even come up with that sake? But they were trying to sit here and trying to get more money out of us for the sake that they were looking for any way to just make me feel like I had low self-esteem. But I never had low self-esteem. I always was able to have high self-esteem, because even though I went out here having high SAT scores and understanding that half of these mofos were struggling with some of the most easy concepts I could even begin to comprehend, it was a lot of people that stood up for me in the staff. Like, not all of them did, but there were some really, really lovable fucking people. Like, you want to talk about the Miss Frizzle types? or really good like Robin Williams type male teachers and stuff like that who just really were meant to be in that role. You got those type of people, and those were the type of people that I love to experience, love to be able to have the opportunity to be able to experience it. And it's because of those people that I can even say that I try to do the best I can in life when I do go through life. And they all know when they can see it, like when some bad, raggedy, spoiled brat who just wants to be granted access and everything because their life was handed to them on a silver platter. So now they feel like they can hop on anything and try to shit on people. It's like, I'm the wrong one to try to fucking do that too, because nothing you have in your life actually makes sense to the fact that you could have all that and still worry about anything that I do. Because if you were really truly fucking happy, you just go fucking be happy. Because honestly, I don't have to worry about anything you do. I can make every fucking opportunity happen for me simply for the sake of just going to think about it. Because I've been working since I was younger. I never had to worry about no shit. I had access to have everything handed to me because we have family members that were capable of being able to hand life on a silver platter. But I was just one of those people where I went out through my life and I put in the work. And I was just taught to have a strong work ethic at a really young age. So I just was able to do that in my entire fucking life. And that's one thing that I just really, really love about my life, you know. But I will say some of the most awkward situations did come from a lot of my love life. Living out here, because I will say when there's only opportunity to have interracial relationships, and then I never really was like getting along with the other like bougie type of blacks and stuff like that for the sake that it kind of makes me feel bad when it's like we're supposed to like have a similar understanding of life, but it's like you're going out of your way to try to reinforce the already negative impact of life that is already being forced on me because you feel like you're better than somebody for whatever fucking reason. And it's like, you're not. Like, I have the same access as you. I'm not only outdoing them, I'm outdoing you. So it almost just becomes like a secret hatred that I have to go through in my entire fucking life. And I'm not trying to boost my own horn. I'm just saying these are just situations that I've dealt with my entire life. And a lot of the relationships I had to like keep on a level where I wasn't able to freely be able to say that me and this person are able to go out and enjoy our lives. Like, just for the sake that it just wasn't able to be accepted around a lot of people that just didn't like to see or want that to happen. Like, I had people jealous for the sake that if they saw me interact with a girl that was not black, they'd get mad. Like, oh my God, we were at a fucking party, right? We're in the fucking garage, and this girl who liked me, actually, okay, so we were all friends, right? So it was me, another friend, white girl, Spanish girl, and another white guy. And both of the girls, the Spanish girl, the white girl, they both liked me. But I mean, we were all friends. They liked the other people we were with and stuff like that. It wasn't like a big deal. The biggest crazy fucked up part is, it's like, okay, the Spanish girl who liked me, I'm sitting here just allowing the sake that the other white guy liked her, so he's going on doing whatever he's going to do with her. And so the white girl, who he also likes, ends up liking me. But since the Spanish girl liked me, but she is like allowing herself to go hang out with the white kid, now the white girl who's hanging out with me is sitting here. We end up liking each other. And now that we're actually having a good time together, both the Spanish girl and the white girl who are pretending like they want to be with each other are now mad the fact that we're having a good time over here. And now I feel awkward for the whole fucking situation. And I go through fucking situations like that. Imagine going through your whole life where you think you hanging out with quote people that are your friends, but are now like having secret animosity towards you if you end up like having natural interactions that with people that just genuinely like you, but once you end up revealing the fact that you two like each other, not everybody gets all bent out of shape. Now I gotta fucking walk around looking all weird and shit. Like, you get a lot of that. I see a lot of that shit with the people online, right? So you get like a lot of the fucking females on the TikTok. Let me get to a more relatable freaking side. So you get these women on like TikTok and stuff, like the thirst traps and stuff, where they like to have their titties out and like they're like all in their nice clothes, or they're at work, or some like newscast lady and things like that. And she's over here trying to just gain attention, not realizing that half the attention that she's gaining, which I give her hustle. Like, she's getting paid at one thing, maybe not what she wants or what she would hope to desire, but she also gets paid for the amount of views of people that are just on here like googly eyeing her over the fucking thing. Like, me as a guy just doing this regular ass fucking thing, nobody out in the fucking regular world or society of like celebrities and influencers are out there trying to like dog them or make them feel out of place or make them feel bad, because they're fitting into the public standard of going into lust or like controlling the mindset where people are easily manipulated and things like that. But if I'm out here making my little creative process and it doesn't fit into their narrative where they think they're supposed to be controlling every damn thing, now we have a big problem. And they go out of their way, where you get Sierra now making the whole fucking clueless thing. And it's like, I guess sometimes we can like have some fun and stuff like that, but it's like, stick to just referring to your husband and don't be trying to refer to me if you're going to be rude about it. Because you even had like Sofia Vergara, and I hate to be throwing out names like this because it just kind of makes me feel bad, because it's just like, I'm really not crossing into their world or into their lanes, and I'm just simply living the life of creative processing to do the things that I want to do and understand life from a process where I have that knowledge and ability to see things that not a lot of people can see. And you get that. I get another person wanting to hop in on my thing. I'm going to see if I got to dog them out too. What up, Bernie?
Yo, what up, my boy? What you doing?
I'm doing a freaking comedy special. You on my special right now? You cool with that?
That's cool.
What you doing, buddy?
No, I was really trying to battle, but...
You trying to battle? Sorry, not right now, man. Maybe at a different time, though. I do the battles, though. I be talking some shit. But I'm going to let you go, brother. I got some shit to be doing. I got a time limit to stay on, brother. You have a good one.
All right, man. You too.
See, y'all, I can be real cool with some shit. I ain't always no bad motherfucker. You got these assholes out here like, oh, he's the weirdo, oh, he's the this. I ain't never had that fucking shit ever fucking happen to me in my entire fucking life. Ever. You get these fucking people that don't even try to fucking know you, and they want to create a negative image, and because I don't live up to the image that they want to try to fucking create, like they want to try to be like, oh, this guy, he's not buying women or forcing them into situations. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't have that fucking problem in my life. Shit, I grew up like understanding that I can allow people to go where they're gonna fucking go, and I'll still be okay in the world that I'll be in, however the fuck that's gonna fucking be. I never had to force myself on the fucking women. Never in my life. Shit. Since I've been a young kid, I ain't never had to force myself onto nobody's life. Because I would say when I was a young kid, right, I ended up, I was in preschool, and these two girls ended up liking me. And they had dragged me into a closet and like forced themselves and held me down so they can kiss me all over and stuff like that. But I was able to like overpower them and throw them off and like break out of the closet and grab a broom and start smacking them with the broom and stuff like that. I didn't even get in trouble, right? Like, it was just like I was able to defend myself and be like, these people are trying to freaking force themselves. But a lot of other people, like when it comes to the female flip swap side, where they've been forced on by some people within their lives and stuff like that, maybe bigger, stronger, and they just couldn't force themselves out. No matter what in my life I've always been able to just like defend myself, and that's just kind of, I guess, the grace of God to be able to allow me a mindset and ability to be able to defend myself and be taught things from my parents and things like that at a young age, to be able to allow myself to always be outspoken so no one can ever really kind of take advantage of me in certain situations where not a lot of people in their life. Yeah, I do feel bad when I hear those stories, because I'm the kind of guy that I've run into relationships where that was kind of sometimes how the relationships even started. Not that I was taking advantage of them. It was just like they were just expressing to me their own situations where on how they were so distant and cold on some people, and how they ended up becoming who they are because of their past life experiences. I don't want to throw anybody's business out there, but I've heard some real traumatic trauma stories, and just not for the sake of me trying to like hear it and be like, oh, I'm here to be your guy. Like, you get to some specials where they say, oh, this person's a good listener, and you want to try to call me a troll or something like that, and that's how I get to girls. It's not even on that. I really genuinely am a person that interacts with everybody on a genuine level that has absolutely nothing to do with like a sexual lust or things like that. And have I seen somebody I've been attracted to in a lustful way as every now and then? Yeah, I'm human. I'm not no motherfucking robot where it just like doesn't exist. But I mean, like, at the same time, I also know, like, from that point of view, on how I just don't cross into that realm for the sake that my entire fucking life, I guess I've just been disciplined and raised right. Shoot, I got ass whoopings my whole life, right? If I wasn't like experiencing life on its own personal level, like, I was getting ass whoopings from everywhere. And I got like old school style Mississippi ass whoopings. Like, my grandfather's mother was giving me ass whoopings. Like, I got generational ass whoopings. I was getting freaking slave trade freaking ass whoopings where they were taking, she would say, go get a switch off the tree. A switch is like a branch off of a tree. So I bring my own fucking switch in and she can go whoop me with it. I'm the type that I didn't even want that. I was sitting here thinking in my mind, I'm not about to bring this switch to you, okay? So I'm gonna go out here and get it, but it's not gonna be nothing that you can hit me with. But I mean, like, that didn't really like change the fact that I still got an ass whooping. It was just, I was just delaying the inevitable at that point, because it was like, she said, go outside, get a switch. And I'm out there, I'm breaking all the branches and stuff, throwing them to the side, making sure like nothing is big enough or strong enough to hit me. And I'm making sure like I'm gonna get hit. It's not gonna be with one of these damn branches. But I ended up getting like belt whoopings and stuff like that. And I ain't never seen no old lady like that move as fast as she did. Like, she was moving fast. I'm talking about like superhero level. Like, that's where I can get like my freaking lightning speed reflexes, the speed that I was learning how to like get away from like getting ass whoopings and stuff. I mean, I rarely got away, and that was kind of like how they ended up making me gain so much weight over my years, because I was fast when I was young. When I was young, I was able to move pretty quick, and I actually kept a good amount of that speed even when I did gain weight. It was just, it slowed me down so much, but I was able to gain my speed back way later in life. So that was one thing. Shoot, but I remember, I was getting ass whoopings for smiling too much. I remember my granddad came in one time, and I'm sitting here like, oh, hi, how you doing? And all smiling and stuff like that. And he come in like, what the fuck you smiling for? And I'm just like, I ain't have no fucking clue to what the hell was going on. I didn't have no clue to what kind of problems you could have outside the house or anything like that. It was just bring work home, and whatever happened outside of work, I just got to suffer consequence. It wasn't like he was a bad person or something like that. It was just, that's just how the interactive process of the day, I learned in life, like that's just kind of what happens in some people's lives, right? Like they don't know how to distinguish between home life and work life, and sometimes that stuff can overact. And I learned that stuff later on as I got into psychology, where I can kind of break down and understand people from a more deeper personal level, opposed to like taking like resentment out on them for certain types of situations. I can learn who people are and things like that. So I feel like that's another good reason on why I was like got guided and directed throughout the process in my life. And I still got these people online who gonna hop on here and be like, this person, you're a dumbass nigger, you're blackity black, and you're this and that. Or you gonna have fucking Drake making, or not Drake. I don't have no problem with Drake. So don't get me wrong when I say that shit. Like, this is a whole fucking thing going at Kendrick. Like, when Kendrick says hey Drake, and I don't think he's talking to him directly, because it's like you two had done a couple songs together. Y'all are just now having some weird conflict for whatever. And that's why I think it's not even really directed at him. It's coded message on just having a paid influencer wanted to take the stage for whatever fucking reason that they're taking the stage, and they want to direct it at somebody who's not paid, and everybody else is like, oh, fuck this motherfucker, we don't like him, and we want to be the fucking ones who are seen. And it's like, oh man, I'm not even trying to hear all of that bull crap, bro, because it's like the Dan Rue guy, right? He had made a fucking video, and I ain't even fucking trying to put nothing out on him, because he can go ahead and do whatever the fuck he want to do. But it's just like, go ahead and stay. What the fuck? You're gonna stay in your fucking lane. You don't gotta fucking make no videos hating and dissing on me. And that was just an easy targeted diss. I see most in all of y'all, to be real with you. But I'm really not out here trying to fucking sit out here and like throw names and things like that. It was just like, but what are you doing, baby? That's really the whole fucking point on why I had brought his name up specifically. I needed to motherfucking be able to say some shit, to say that shit. And it's just like, it is what it is. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like, oh, that shit was whack. Oh, that shit was another motherfucker. Oh, that shit was hee hee ha ha. You get the fucking whole like T.I. thing, right? Where he goes, he wants to be the whole like stand-up comedian shit, right? And it's like, oh, this is him trying to freaking do knock-knock jokes. I'm not here to do knock-knock jokes with you. If you don't laugh, you don't gotta laugh. But if you hear me, you hear me. And that's all we here for. We're here to have fun. We're here to love. We're here to be able to have an understanding about life, that not everybody is going through your situation or understand your situation for what it is. So when you try to cross into my world, trying to cross into my lane for whatever fucking situation that you have in your fucking life, don't fucking think when you cross into my motherfucking lane and I didn't have shit to do with whatever the fuck you had going over there, you just thought it was an easy target because you have your own lane, thinking that that's just what it is. Not everybody gonna let you cross into their fucking lane like that. And some people will bite hard. I'm just letting you fucking know that's not a knock-knock joke. That's a real life situation. But back to my program. All right. So, to continue on from that, I was on ass whoopings. Yeah. Because, I mean, I got ass whoopings. That's probably one of the most relatable fucking things I could ever fucking say in my life that has led me down the light or the path to be able to just understand I'm not the only fucking person in the world, because everybody was able to give me an ass whooping. Like, I had got jumped not only in preschool, but 2 more times. I had got jumped for making fun of some guy's sister, right? So I was playing baseball. This was years later, because I told you it was living in the white neighborhood, but I had the business out in the black neighborhood, and I was also like doing sports and stuff out here too. So I had friends and stuff in the black neighborhood too, and this was like my community. This is where I knew how to fucking be black. It was like, I just don't go to school with y'all, but I still after school come out here and have half my day with you all as well as half of my day with them. I spent 8 hours with white people, another 8 hours with black people. It wasn't never I had a more majority of time with one or the other. It was equal. That was just what I did. And then I go home and I sleep. That was just what it was. Because it was when I was with them, I'm sitting here still having to learn how to work and learn how to do everything else. Shoot, everybody had permission to put their hands on me, given by my own family. And I was just like, I wasn't safe nowhere. Like it was like, what the fuck? Like I had to learn to defend myself. Like if I wasn't gonna be strong, it was like whatever. But every time I got jumped, because I got jumped 3 times in my life. So the second time I had made fun of somebody's sister, right? I'm sitting here like, her name was TT, right? She was sitting here, and I thought as a young kid being all immature and shit, I was like, your name is TT, Miss TT, you probably be TT, all over the place.